Renegades, and tonight we have a bit of a news-packed episode for you tonight. We have a lot of crypto news about just kind of the ins and outs of what's going on in multiple different altcoins with Bitcoin. We'll be talking about Ethereum 2.0, and we have a bunch of other stuff that we will be talking about. Is the Bitcoin bottom in? We'll kind of discuss, what we think of that. We don't have like proof either way. And then we will also talk about what is going on with altcoins. Why are they like really underperforming, right? And why are they acting as opposite of Bitcoin? When Bitcoin's just going sideways, why are altcoins not rebounding yet? So that might actually be a clue as to where we are in the market and that we might actually be in for some more beatdown. So just because we had a recovery, we did have a big drop that happened in Bitcoin today. So we're going to kind of discuss that. I have a ton of news, and then I'm going to have a bunch of Q&A. There's some things I'm going to answer for you guys tonight. Glad you all survived the dump. As I was saying, here is the Bitcoin bottom in. Why are these altcoins doing so bad still? And why are these ETH tokens pumping? We'll be talking about that. It's kind of weird. Tokens I've never heard of and that are on Coinbase, or at least the Coinbase wallet, and they're all pumping like 60 to 100%, but none of the good altcoins, like no normal altcoins. So I'm going to talk about that and get your guys' kind of opinion on that as well. And yeah, so we got a jam-packed episode tonight. I hope we can kind of, space through it in a good way. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope the team is here. I was looking for people earlier, and I didn't see them online anywhere. I didn't really reach out. I guess that would be the next step. Since I didn't see them anywhere, I should probably reach out. So that's what I'll probably do, because a lot of the team has been missing in action lately, which some of them is, normal. They let me know, but Tim, I hope Tim comes around tonight because I haven't seen him in a while. So Tim, if you're here, shout out in the chat right now. Let us know. We miss you, bro. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. And let's get into it. Sounds like a good idea to talk about it. Yeah, there is a lot to talk about tonight. So as you see, we went to what, 32,000 today? What was that about? I think that was right around remember we were talking earlier in the live stream. If you watched it earlier today, we were talking about, the 55%, correction that we had here from top to bottom, or the, about 53% correction we have here now. So are we is that the bottom? Well, we still can go down probably to 30K. So if you think of it, exactly 50% of 69K, that would be what? 69K divided in half is 34 and a half, right? So that's 50%. And then you add another 5% off of that. And you have let's see, 34. And then you probably minus, 3,000 from there, or 4,000. I'm not sure the exact numbers on that, but it's pretty close. Let's see, actually, I think we can do it right here and find an exact number. So if we go exactly at 69, okay, 6901, and then go down, let's find 55%. Okay. That would be 30,000, 31,000, right around 31,000. Yeah. I'm thinking it's like right there at 31,000. That's 55%. So if that's what we go down now, I mean, we basically went there 32.9. We still have about another $1,000, $1,900 that it could go down, below this. So that is what I'll definitely keep an eye on if we're going to go below that. But with a nice pump down here, this is what I'm thinking. Go back to our roots. That's why I was talking, before about Elon Musk. You need to go and remember who all is in Bitcoin and why we actually went up to these high levels in the first place and why we've sustained them for so long. Now that all of these corporations, basically the whole world, is starting to adopt crypto now. I think we have begun mass adoption. I can't believe that I can say that only 10 months basically after I started making videos. Well, we're almost a year now, actually, because February will be a year. But technically it says 10 months ago on YouTube. So yeah, because it was the end of February. So probably, yeah, right around 10 months right now. And so I can't believe where we are from there. But we also have to remember MicroStrategy's in there still with a lot of Bitcoin at higher levels. So I don't think we're going to those $20,000 levels anytime soon. It just seems super different. That could be wrong, and I might change my tune if we break below 30K. Like if we break this 28K level that we went to before, then we are going to a bear market. But I think probably 20K is the lowest. I think in a legit all-out bear market nowadays, with how it used to be in a bear market from the top and where it sat in 2013, and then from the top and where it sat in 2017, 2018, and then from the top to where we sat right now. Oh. I swore I did that already. Okay. Well, I'm glad I wasn't even really showing a lot right now, but yeah, okay, thank you for that. That was weird. I swore I did that. Good looking out. But for yeah, so man, that threw me all off track. Okay. Anyways, thank you for that, man. Saved my butt. But yeah, so look, this is where we would be if we went 55% down, like right around the $31,000 area. Right there. So 55% at 30,941. So that's not a bad drop. And I think we might actually get away with just the 32,000. Elon Musk's natural buy-in price is $33,500. Michael Saylor's average buy-in price, I think, is getting up there in the 30-some thousand, like $35,000 to $40,000 levels. Okay, now I'm going to come back to Bitcoin a little bit later. Let's get into some of the news that's going on in the world, though. I really want to get into this. So this is what I was talking about. Ethereum 2.0 is gone. They're basically saying bye-bye Ethereum 2.0. And no, I'm not talking about they're not going to, do Ethereum 2.0. They're basically rebranding it. And they're calling it a consensus layer instead of Eth 2.0, which I don't know why they would do that, why they would change it and like start this, whatever it is. But it made me think like, what? Dude, when I read this, I was like, what do you mean there's no more Eth 2.0? You mean all of this was just a big old, what about all that Eth in staking already? Well, don't worry, guys. Your Eth is fine. All of the Eth in staking is actually just fine. Let's read this a little bit. So, tactics have changed since Ethereum 2.0 roadmap was first developed. Developers are changing their terminology. That's all it's changing. Nothing else except the terminology to reflect these shifts. So the good news for developers is that the next time someone, usually a reporter, asks them when Ethereum 2.0 is coming, they'll have an answer: never. They wrote this to scare you, kind of be that way, but don't worry. The bad news, they'll have to get a bit technical to explain why. And don't worry, guys, like I'm saying. So the Ethereum Foundation today, following the lead of the blockchain's core developers, announced that the term Ethereum 2.0 is being retired. That's it. The name Eth 2.0. It's all about branding and strategy, and they decided that Eth 2.0, it does kind of make it sound like a knockoff, or like a failed, you failed the first time, so you're going to try again. At 2.0, I don't know. So I think there's a reason. I don't know why consensus layer would be better, because actually people would be like, huh? retired in favor of consensus layer. Like what? We're going to call it consensus layer, Eth consensus layer? Like what? Okay. I don't think that's better branding. I think that's way worse branding, actually. The rebrand reflects the fact that what's been called Ethereum 2.0 is really more of a network upgrade rather than a whole new network. To be sure, some major things are still set to change. Ethereum is shifting away from proof of work to a more scalable proof of stake chain. And that's why you can stake your Ethereum now. Proof of work uses, complex algorithms and mining and, solving those complex algorithms with lots of, computer intensive energy. And proof of stake uses that cryptocurrency itself to create the energy in the same way that electricity would for proof of work, but proof of stake. And it's way more environmentally friendly. And it's a lot more valuable to me, in my opinion, to the non-miners. Like if you're a miner, yeah, Bitcoin's great. If you're not a miner, you want to be able to stake your crypto, guys. Like I think that's going to be one of the things that decides like major cryptos, if they have a staking feature. That is going to be something that really a lot of the whole world, because that's implemented in the bank systems already, a very small amount. So even they'll probably, lower the amounts, but I think that's going to be a big thing in the future of crypto is staking and being able to earn money off of your money, because we love doing that as human beings, right? We want our money to work for us. And so that's going to be a huge thing in Ethereum 2.0 and in a lot of crypto, besides Bitcoin. So, yeah. Now, there's a lot more that you could go in and read about this. Eth 1 will be known as the execution layer, and Eth 2 will be known as the consensus layer. So basically, it's like just adding another layer to Ethereum because it's not a new project. It's this. I think that's what they're trying to say. Let me see if I'm reading that correctly. So they're either trying to say it's not a new project or it is. So let me see. The rebrand reflects the fact that what's been called Ethereum 2.0 reflects the fact. Okay, that is really more of a network upgrade rather than a whole new network. Okay, yes, so that is what they're saying. I had to read it twice to make sure. So what they're saying is the rebrand is emphasizing and getting the fact known that it is not a new network, that they are just upgrading, and how they are doing it. They're going to say basically how they're saying it: Eth 1, execution layer; Eth 2, consensus layer. Same project, different layers, right? So that's what they're trying to think. Because when you say Ethereum 2.0, it's normally like the first one didn't work, and so now we have this, second try or knockoff or whatever. And I don't think they want that feeling of like the knockoff, but actually just to be like another layer added on to Ethereum to make it better. And I like that too, actually. Now that, I kind of understand what they're doing and I get their thought process with it, I'm actually down with the rebrand. Because I kind of get that thought process too of like Ethereum 2.0 being different. Like you're thinking basically it's going to be a whole new network, and it's not. It's the same thing, just, it's a remodel. It's not a whole new, build. So if you're in construction, it's just a remodel to make it better. All right, now let's move on to 5 of the biggest Bitcoin crashes and how this one compares. Now, so if that's what we've really been talking about on the channel, and I should have actually went into this one. It was supposed to be over here. My bad. We're supposed to go from Bitcoin to this, but okay. Bitcoin, I already showed you, right? We had for a 55% correction from here to here, and then a 55% correction from here to 31,000. We went to 32.9, which is right around a 52% correction. So we could be calling that, and let's go look at what most crashes in Bitcoin look like and what the percentages is like. Hopefully that'll tell us. I don't know. I didn't read it, but it says 5 of the biggest Bitcoin crashes and how this one compares. So you'd think it would tell you. So let's see. Hopefully it does. Think the current crypto market downturn is bad? Check out these Bitcoin crashes and bear markets. So we might not have to feel bad, guys, because a lot of people went from 20,000 back down to like 8,000. So they lost more than half of their money. I mean, we've already done that too. So technically we're bosses and they had it easy. We're the ones who have lost lots of stuff. But the word crash is thrown around a lot in crypto headlines, but most traders wouldn't use that term for a 9% Tuesday dip for Bitcoin, especially because BTC is just as likely to regain 8% on Wednesday, or even, in my opinion, 20%. Or 15%. Normally, Bitcoin doesn't move double digits per day, but it can. I've seen it. But the current crypto market melee is different. Bitcoin has fallen 16.5% in just a week, while Ethereum is posting a 23% loss and Solana is down 33%. Okay, well, I want to know about these previous, okay. From January 2022, okay, when the bottom, okay, they are from January 20th through the 22nd, when the bottom started falling out, BTC went from 43,300 to roughly 34,650, a 20% drop in under 48 hours. That's this dip that we just had, January 20th to the 22nd. Those are crash numbers. That means we've crashed, guys. We were in a bear market. Look at all the crypto. Like I was telling you about Tezos earlier. Yeah, those are bear market prices. The graph has never been at a lower price than this in any market that it's been in. It's only a year old, but yeah, we're at crash level prices. So I think we've already had our crypto crash, and I think 30,000 is our absolute bottom for crypto nowadays. I honestly think that the elite and the rich in this world have set a bottom at around 28,000, and maybe we don't ever go below that again. That's presumptive, okay? That's just kind of, hey, who knows? We haven't been under there in how long? How long has it been since we have been under $28,800? If I remember correctly, it's back in 2020. So it's been over a year that we have been over $27,000. Over a year. That's pretty awesome, guys. If you think about it, if you would have told somebody in 2017, after Bitcoin was at 20 grand and went back to 10 or whatever, that Bitcoin would spend a year over $27,000 in the coming years. Now, if you're impatient, then this might not be the market for you. But if you realize it went from 20,000 to 70,000 in 4 years, imagine what that next level is going to be. So the first one, it went from what? What was the 2013 high? Let's look at that. We can look it on here, actually. Let's go 2013 high. 2013 BTC high. Okay, $150, $200, 1242. So this is okay back in November, which is when we had our all-time high. Right now of 69,000, but it was only $1,200. So it went from 1,200 all-time high to 20,000. Then we went from 20,000 to 69,000, maybe even higher this time. So imagine what it's going to do in the next 4 years, from 1,000 to 20, from 20 to 70, or even 100. And then what is the next one going to be? 200, 300, 500,000? Like, these are real things. Supply and demand is built into Bitcoin. There's only 21 million, and they're almost all mined already. So yeah, we're in for a big Bitcoin in the future. So whether or not we are having a crash now, yeah, Bitcoin's doing okay. I'm in this for the long haul, and I hope that's where your guys' mindset's at too. So where does this one, which may not be over despite a 4.5% rise to 37,000, stack up compared to previous crashes in Bitcoin and crypto history? Okay, let's look. Well, June 19th, 2021, the first one was the worst. Back before CoinMarketCap began tracking Bitcoin's price, and even before Coinbase was around to facilitate buys and sells, Bitcoin was mainly traded on the long defunct Mt. Gox. After surging from $2 to $32 throughout the first half of the year, Bitcoin cooled back down to around $17.50. That's about half of the price gone. By the time a hack on the exchange allowed BTC to be sold for just a penny. What? That's right. The price of BTC fell 99%, 99.9% in one day. That was the Mt. Gox hack. Oh my goodness. Now I'm hopeful that that doesn't happen again. And that was like Bitcoin, that was the first 2 years of Bitcoin, and there was probably a lot of bugs. Now there's been so much time and so much money, and which means more money, more security, more measures are taken, more money, is protected. And I guarantee, it would be a lot harder for this to happen now. So it didn't last though. It was just a flash crash, though one with malicious roots. Bitcoin, you'll be saddened to hear, no longer costs less than a monthly internet bill. December 2013, another time that Bitcoin crashed, right? It doesn't look like much now, just a blip on an otherwise flat line near the beginning of Bitcoin's life. But the December 2013 crash was a huge deal. The price had reached $1,151 on December 3rd, then an all-time high after trading for slightly above $200 just a month prior. By December 17th, the price had fallen by more than half. The culprit, China's first cryptocurrency ban. They've been at this for a long time, guys. They're good at it. They've been messing with Bitcoin, manipulating it since 2013. As you see, when it banned banks from touching the asset, then they banned miners, then they banned it completely. So each one is a bigger step to try to make the price go down, because they want their digital yuan to succeed, and they want all other digital currencies to fail. So they do it on purpose. They continually, even after it's been done, they bring out news like it just happened again. Like, dude, we already had that FUD, dude. That's why I put my fist up in the beginning of this video. We're fighting the FUD, guys. We are fighting it because it's a real fight, man. They're coming, they're attacking us with their fear, with their uncertainty, and with their doubt. And what do? We put our dukes up and we fight back. And how do we do that? We ignore the FUD. we hodl, we buy the dips, and we absolutely just ignore the ever-loving garbage out of them. So 2017, December 2017. When crypto OGs talk about the previous bear markets, they're probably referring to the crypto winter. Hey guys, hey. Familiar? Anybody who watches my videos, I just did a video about that. Yes, it was so pervasive that it earned a capitalization. Oh, wow. That began in December 2017. Bitcoin had a great run in 2017 as it increased in price nearly 20-fold, reaching a fresh all-time high of $19,497 on December 15th. 6 days later, it was at $13,831, a 29% drop. Not quite as bad as our 55% one, right? But it kept getting worse, falling below 7,000 in early February 2018. Ooh, and spending the next 9 months in a band between $6,000 and $10,000. By the fall, it looked like BTC's price had stabilized. On November 12th, it sold for $6,359. A month later, in December 2018, it was worth less than $3,300. It just couldn't catch a break. That was bad. Okay, wow, guys. I didn't know it got that deep. 3,300. I knew that happened in 2019. I don't know. Maybe they have their facts a little bit wrong on here. I don't think it did do this in a month later in December 2018. Okay, well, maybe they are right. I mean, December 2018. What price did they say? 3,300. Okay. Yeah, that looks just about right. That's 4,000, right? So yeah, it did go to about 3,300 right there. Wow, that's a big drop. So that's good. That's how we can tell now. So it went from, let's look at the top, guys. We're gonna do this now. So the top was what? Okay, right here, 19,497. and it dropped all the way down to $3,300. So, wow, that's almost a 10x drop. But I wonder how much it is, like an 80% or 70% drop. That's huge. Oh, that's like way bigger drop than we had now. So that's the bear market. I don't think we'll ever have one like that again. Not like a 75, 80% drop like that. Because it's over 60%. Yeah, it's like 70 some percent, guys. That's how much it dropped. So, or 60 some percent. Yeah, 65%. Something like that. Just a huge amount, though. 65, 70%. And then 2020, the one that happened, when everything happened in the world. So, and then, the one in 2020 when we went from 6,400 all the way back down to 28,000. We went over a 55% correction. Boom. There you have it. Okay, so now let's go into altcoins, guys. What the frick is happening with altcoins? So I guess we have Internetcomputer right here, which actually I want to look at a little bit later. We will come back to this guy. But for right now, I want to look at Solana because this guy, I was buying it when they were airdropping it at like $3 or $5 or something. I don't even remember. It was a crazy low price. But then I never really got into it. But when it's down to $80 again, it makes me really want to start collecting up some Solana right now. But it's super low, and I don't know if things are going to go lower with altcoins because we're having this crazy altcoin stuff that's happening right now. And with the hack that happened, or the weird little glitch hack that happened on OpenSea right now, NFTs are kind of shady or shaky or whatever. But yeah, let's look at the price of Solana real quick, and then we'll get into some news and more stuff about it and kind of figure out where we're at here, what is happening, why. I mean, we're in a bear market. These are bear market dumps, guys. So Bitcoin, I'm thinking new bottom is like 32. That is like your drop from 20K down to, $5,000 or so. You know what I mean? That's like a legit drop. We've already dropped a lot, so I don't think we need to drop much more. We're basically at we could go all the way to the fib, which was, I don't know, maybe we hit the fib. And then we closed the CME gap. I guess that's what Crypto Windy was saying. I didn't even know there was a CME gap down there. So, geez, there's just a lot of good news, actually, saying that is the bottom at least. That's what I'm thinking. Now Solana is not looking good at all. As you see, we broke out of this, downtrend right here, and even actually used it a little bit as support. We went under here and then kind of broke out again, and then boom, right back under. So that's been the narrative with altcoins lately. We've really been breaking out, trying to, support, get back out, get back up there, and then just dropping further and dropping further. And so this is the daily, so it's really going to show the beat down we took. Now the 4-hour, we might actually start having that double bottom area, but it looks like we had a W that didn't want to break out. You see the double bottom here. This says we're going down. So yeah, we're going down for right now. We have a little bit wick to the downside, but this thing's still moving, so I don't know which way. For right now, it looks like we might even be going down further, and there's resistance right here now. Once we broke under this level, it now acts as a resistance level. That's the only unfortunate part about that. And there's not a lot of volume. That's a little bit of volume, and I don't blame them for buying in at $70 on Solana. I know people that were telling me they bought in at like 140. I know people that were telling me they bought in at like $100. And so these are really good buy-in prices, especially if you're a long-term trader. Solana is definitely going back above $80 again. It has an all-time high of what, guys? Like what, $200 or something? And yeah, this isn't the end for Solana for sure. Let's go look at what the all-time high was. I want to go check that out because it wasn't even that long ago. Like right here. Yeah, 260. Is that it? I think that might be it. Yeah, like 260. That was our top. And that's basically like 3x from where we are right now. So we can 3x to the top. These are just good prices to buy. As you see, this one, yeah, so it didn't work out. The candle said it was going to go up right here. You see that? This is the first one I haven't really seen work out. This one went down afterwards. But actually, guess what? We're probably going to go up now. Even if you have a red one right afterwards, you know, they normally work really well, candles, but you have to go with what else is going on in crypto as well. So this is saying we're going back up. So I think, you know, we might at least go back up and test these levels up here. But it depends kind of what Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's going to keep going down. Yeah, no, but we need some kind of recovery with Bitcoin sustained in order to, you know, have good things happen and some good news. So, you know, and this is another thing. They're having a problem with Solana, and that's why, you know, the price might be at these lows. But this is the time you buy. When all the FUD comes in, this is why I said fight that FUD, guys. Like, we're going to fight FUD the whole episode here. And Solana user experience not what it should be, says co-founder. I mean, that's what I imagine they sound like. Founder is network struggles, right? Anything to push that price down. It's like kneading dough, guys. You know, you got to get in there and you got to move it around. That's what they're doing to the price. They're getting in there deep. You know, this is a deep tissue massage here, and they're getting in and they're driving that price as low as possible. Why? Because it's better to buy at a low price. These are people that probably are not holding, so they want the price to go as low as they can, or they're shorting the market on the way down. And they're like, well, I want to buy Solana, but I'm not buying at $280. You know, I'm not doing it because I want to make money. So what do? They do everything they can when the market goes down to really, really push everything down. And that's why the mainstream media, even Decrypt, you know, they can only report on what's out there. But yeah, the rising blockchain network has experienced growing pains. Hey, isn't this a familiar sight? As we saw the same thing with Cardano. So two of the biggest, best blockchains that have performed the best, now everybody's fudding on them after they blew up. Pick a side and stick with it. But anyway, amid degraded performance, whatever, says co-founder, this guy, Anatoly Yakovenko. Sol's price is down 42% in a week. That is hardcore. Now, why wouldn't you want to buy a crypto that is down 42% in 1 week, that is a layer one top 10 crypto? Ethereum is down over 50% from its all-time high. Binance Coin down 50% from its all-time high. Cardano down 70% from its all-time high. We are in a bear market. Where does it end? Has it ended? Well, I'm going to make my decision in about 1 week. I still haven't made that decision yet. I don't know yet. But this is FUD. The network is going to have growing pains. That's what Ethereum, every network, Cardano, that you need to learn how to work smart contracts on Cardano. It's different than Ethereum. So yeah, it's going to have some growing pains. But guess what? That's when you and I, the smart people, buy. Because the next news is going to be positive and it's going to cause the price to go way up. So those are the things that I look for sure. So Solana has been seen degraded to full performance, FUD. Sluggish and failing transactions, FUD. Growing pains, FUD. Complex, FUD. So they're just trying to FUD us out here. There's no full outage, but yeah, I just don't even, read that. We're having a crypto-wide dump, and they're trying to tie Solana why it's going down so much. Well, it's a huge crypto, and it's a big risk asset. So when people are, worried about their money and things are going on in the world and it's uncertain, they're going to take their money out of stuff like this. And are there going to be failed transactions? Yeah. That's just a part of new technology, guys. Technology fails all the time. So, how long will the growing pains continue? The biggest immediate issue pertaining to duplicate transactions coming to validators was resolved in the mainnet beta update that was released over the weekend. Decrypt has reached out to Solana representatives for additional details on the issue and how it was resolved. In his statement, Yakovenko said that Solana's core developers are currently testing additional scaling solutions that are expected to roll out in 8 to 12 weeks. Guys, listen to this. These are the things that me and you as investors look for. Wait, what's happening in 8 to 12 weeks? Okay, core developers are currently testing additional scaling solutions that are expected to roll out in 8 to 12 weeks. These are the keywords. Additional scaling solutions to make Solana even bigger, to make it, successful and scale it to, as big as they want in 8 to 12 weeks. So that's kind of a date we're going to be targeting with Solana now for it to be going up. So I think we're going to be over $100 at this point when that happens. So anything under $100 with Solana is fire, guys. Now I would probably wait a couple days and see where the market's going before I probably pull the trigger. Because Bitcoin is uncertain right now. Every time you think it's done falling, it goes that little bit further. So I'm looking for a $30,000 Bitcoin. If it doesn't hit 30, then we're good to go. Then we have seen our 31 area. Actually, that's exactly what I'm looking for, is the 31,000. But if it goes to 30, but if we break below 28.8, guys, that's, sayonara. We've gone at that point like 60 some percent. And at that point, we don't stop. So right now, we're still in cool water. We have not entered into, deep waters yet. So we're good to go. So developers have made a lot of progress on improving network performance, but the work is ongoing, of course. That's why you need active validators, you need active developers, you need active people on the blockchain to keep it working properly. So that's the good thing about Solana. There is no shortage of active developers. And yeah. So now I want to go into why I think, there are glitches. Glitches happen in technology, and this is proof of it. Well, OpenSea exploit sees Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT sell for $1,700 in Ethereum. Gosh, I want to buy a Bored Ape yacht for $1,700 in Ethereum. Send it my way. It's probably worth. What is the lowest you can get? Like $100,000 for a Bored Ape. So I would really, really be looking for a $1,700 Ethereum. Now, did they have to pay it back? I don't know. A listing bug on OpenSea allowed one user to buy Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs at old prices, far below the current floor price. So an exploit on NFT marketplace OpenSea enabled one buyer to purchase Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs for tens of thousands of dollars less than the collection's floor price. Bored Ape Yacht Club number 9,991 owner T-Baller was devastated when his ape was sold for just 0.77 Ethereum, about $1,700. I would have been mad too. So this was actually a person's. This guy T-Baller got his stuff. Man, that's messed up, dude. I'm kind of sad for that guy. Dude, go give this guy smash his like button or something for him. Oh, that's sad, dude. Tballer.f. I feel bad for him, dude. That's messed up. He probably paid a lot of money for that. The buyer, who goes by name JPEG Deegan Love, was able to snap up Bored Ape Yacht Club this mount for 6.6 thousand F, just under 23 F. The floor price is currently 86. So they got it for way too cheap, for 6 and then for 23. The floor price for a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT is currently 86 though, which is just under 200,000 at the time of writing. So they got a $14,000 one, or a $200,000 one for 14,000, and another $200,000 one for 50,000. So they made 4x. They made like 15, 20x. Oh my goodness! If they sold it, I don't know. Also bought 2 Mutant Ape NFTs, a Cool Cats NFT, and a CyberKongz NFTs, and appears to have gained about 332 ETH using to exploit. Wow. Opportunistic buyer. Etherscan has already labeled the account in question OpenSea opportunistic buyer. To make matters stranger, 2 of the Bored Apes are now sitting in an OpenSea account that reportedly belongs to someone named Juan Fidesz. Oh, this guy probably did it then. You figured it out. That's who it is. What happened? After some discussion on how OpenSea's listing work, it appears that some holders, like T-Baller, did not pay the necessary Ethereum gas fees to delist their item fully, instead choosing to use OpenSea's transfer feature. If NFTs holders transfer their NFTs from a main wallet to a secondary one and back to the main wallet, they can virtually, on the front end at least, delist their item from OpenSea. But this transfer method does not actually appear to cancel previous listings on the blockchain's back end, leaving NFTs vulnerable to exploit. See, this is why I didn't really want to get into NFTs, because I can't see myself spending like $1 million on something and then have somebody buy it for 1 Ethereum. I'm good on that. But this is a 1 in a million glitch. NFTs are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I've just never had one, that I liked at least. I mean, I had a couple dollar NFTs, but I've never really used them before. So I kind of like Rarible. And I'm kind of interested in NFTs, but it's never been a path that has crossed mine. So, and nothing has ever interested me enough, or no deal has been made, where I think I can make money in NFTs. So until that day comes, I'm probably not going to get into NFTs, unless somebody, plugs me into one, or, shows me what to do to make money, then maybe I'll do it. But, I want proof of it though, that I can make money, which there's no proof in crypto, but NFTs, I gotta have some kind of guarantee, and there isn't one. So I probably won't be getting into NFTs as much. Yeah. So anyway, they lost a ton of money because they tried to take the cheap way. Sometimes paying a little more money, and that's why I don't trust, these companies. It isn't that they have bad intentions. It is that there's so many vulnerabilities in everything that you're better off, doing the thing that costs a little bit more money to make sure, instead of you do something that, saved you 0.1 Ethereum and you ended up losing $200,000. So yeah, I feel for you guys. I do. Okay, now back into some brighter news. Yeah, right. Cryptos, we're combating the FUD, guys. That, if you didn't know, if you're just tuning in, we are fighting the FUD tonight on this episode, and it's been a lot of it. From hacks to them saying Solana is done, that it's just complete garbage, basically, or that it just has too many problems, and get out of here with that. You guys were the same ones just saying Solana is the best thing that ever happened to crypto about a month ago. So I don't want to hear it. It's just funny to me. Okay, so I guess the crypto sell-off wipes 700 billion from industry market cap so far in 2022. Well, have you guys been looking at Bitcoin? I don't know what it was earlier, but we're less than 700 billion now in Bitcoin as well. Remember, Bitcoin was over $1 trillion market cap by itself, and we have lost more than 700 billion from the market. Guess how much of that came out of Bitcoin? Anybody guess? I want you guys to guess real quick. I'll come back to that in a minute. But I want you guys to guess how much we lost from Bitcoin since December. I can give you a rough estimate, but yeah, let me know what you think. I want to see if you guys get it right. I know the answer, and it's pretty easy to find. So you guys could find it as well. But I'm kind of curious if you guys can find it. I know you can. You're smart. You're fart smellers. I mean, smart fellers. The market value of all cryptocurrencies has plummeted to 1.6 trillion from 2.3 trillion at the start of the year. That isn't even at the Bitcoin all-time high. They're just talking about from, okay, January 1st till now, according to CoinGecko data. That's pretty intense. So cryptocurrencies are deep in the red this year after industry market capitalization plummeted to 1.6 trillion as of Monday from 2.3 trillion at the start of 2022, a decline of about 30% in just over 3 weeks. According to data from CoinGecko, nearly 700 billion of value has been erased when the market correction sent Bitcoin, BTC down 28% for the year to date, and Ether fell 40%. And we have fell more than that since November. That's just year to date. That's this year. 28% alone in 2022 we have dropped. So I think we've hit our bottom. Excuse me, or right around there. I think even if we do go to 30,000, that's it. We'll probably go to 31,000, maybe 30,500 at the least. But other than that, I think we've seen our bottom. I really do. So now what I was talking about, these cryptos, these Eth cryptos, guys, what the frick? And I'll come back to the question about how much you think Bitcoin. So don't forget to do that. And don't let me forget. So I have some interesting stuff to show you, and I'm going to have to actually steal the screen for a minute so that I can show you. I need to remind myself to put it back. But this is important. I'm not understanding what's going on here. And yeah, what the frick, man. All right. What are these things, dude? Look, go on Coinbase, Top Movers. This thing is 82%, a no-named Ethereum coin, okay? What is it, DIA? 30%. CTX. UNFI. LGTY. Oh, well, that's down 20%. But BTRST. MPL. MCO2. Are you guys starting to see a theme? We don't recognize any of those cryptos. At least I don't. I mean, I don't get it. And then let's go look. So I showed you the surface level. Now let's go look, okay? Maybe these are big name cryptos. Maybe these are giant, things that, yeah, of course they're going up. Sorry, did you get the look? Now this is the part that's scary. Watch. You can't even buy it on Coinbase. Okay. So it must have a huge market cap. It must be like a huge crypto. 12 million. Elon Musk probably farts out more than $12 million at a time. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at the volume. That's all it takes to make that coin fly up. 7.3 million. What is going on here? People are getting smart. They're like, well, I can't make money with any mainstream crypto right now, so I'm just going to risk it all on these no-namers. I don't get it. Pluton. It's called Pluton. Yeah, I think you have a bit of a Polygon bias, though. You love Polygon. I'm more of like an internet computer bias, so I get what you're saying though. Yeah, Polygon's done good too, but we look at the price there too, and it's ran into some troubles as well, with gas fees and the yield farming and other things, going on. But I like them all. I like Polygon. I like Solana, Cardano. I'm just a liker of crypto in general, and I do have my favorite projects. We all do, and that's good. And I love to see the passion, man. He's obviously passionate about Polygon, which is good. That's kind of how I am about, Internet Computer now, and how I used to be about the graph, and how I was about OXT before the graph. Actually, if you want to know, OXT was one of my favorite cryptos. You want to know why? Simple. It was a decentralized VPN. It basically made it easy to transfer money across the world and other stuff. But okay, let's get back to these cryptos. So obviously nobody wants to hear that stuff. So okay, let's get right back to Dia. Have you heard of this one? Dia? Let's see, what is it called? Dia. That's just it. Dia? Okay. But this is it too. And another one. It's $1.11, but look. You can only buy it with the Coinbase wallet. Okay. But that has a bigger, volume. 66.9 million. That's actually getting up there. But that's what I can't believe. That last one was only a 12.9 million market cap and only 6 million in 24 hours. Now, if I had $1 million, I would probably put it in that crypto because it would skyrocket the price, right? If you put a couple $1 million into a crypto like that only has a $16 million market cap, imagine if you put 20 million into a $16 million market cap coin, how high it would go. I would like to experiment with that. If I had $20 million extra, I'd be like, okay, I'm throwing it in this coin. Let's see, what does it go to the moon, or would me throwing 20 million into it crash it? I don't know. Let's find out. Or I would try to probably buy it over the counter so I didn't lose all my money. That would probably be the smart thing to do. But CTX, okay? Anybody? CTX? Okay. I didn't think so. I have CTX. Hold on, let me see. Ethereum token. They're all Ethereum tokens. All of these are. And they're all up like 30 to 70, 80%. I've never heard of any of them. So Cryptex Finance. And they're all on Coinbase Wallet, which just means they're decentralized apps. You can get them any decentralized exchange, basically, that sells each one. And it's probably a different one. Anyone that sells Ethereum tokens, probably Uniswap, all the major ones, right? So let's see, UNFI. These are all ones I don't know, man. What is going on? And why is money going into these garbage cryptos? That's what I want to know. What? Maybe they're not garbage, but they all seem to be like DAOs. Maybe there's like something to that, because look at this one. Like all finance or DAOs, or maybe venture capitalists, man, are really messing up crypto. That's what I'm thinking. Because these venture capitalist coins like this one, Unified Protocol DAO price, maybe this isn't a venture capitalist, but they're just destroying the market, I think. And if this is part of it, $30 million market cap, up 500%. Like, how do you know about these cryptos that you could just ride up like that? Well, everything else is failing. Like the whole market is crumbling, and they find these Ethereum tokens that are up 90% right now. No-name cryptos that are just going to the moon, and everything else is crumbling around it. All right, let's get on with the I just had to show you guys that part. And I thought it was hilarious, man. I was just like, what are all these cryptos right here? All right, where are we at? We went there. Okay, so this is a good, perfect transition. Bitcoin stabilizes as altcoins underperform. Isn't that the narrative of the whole market right now? Bitcoin beats and beats and beats the altcoin down. It goes back up and beats the altcoin down again. And that has been the narrative over the last 2 months, since November 10th. So Bitcoin was up 3% over the last 24 hours versus a 5% decline in Solana and roughly flat performance in Ethereum. Okay, well, we should go look at those performances. Okay, you can see it here. Well, I don't know what you can see there actually. That's Bitcoin's chart. Okay. So it did have kind of like a cup handle, but it even went higher than that. So hopefully it goes back above 40K, guys. I want to see Bitcoin back above 40,000 for sure. So that would be great. Cryptocurrencies are starting to stabilize after declining sharply over the past week. So that's what I'm saying. I think we might have hit our bottom. I'm not 100% sure. We need to wait and see because we could have further pullbacks to about the $31,000, $30,500 level. If we break below that, 28.8 is our last level of support, 29 and 28.8. So some indicators show investor sentiment at extremely bearish levels, which typically precede periods of buying activity. Other technical measures, however, suggest choppy price action could persist over the short term. Bitcoin returned above 35,000, was up 3% over the last 24 hours versus a 5% decline in Solana and roughly a flat performance in Eth over the same period. That's what we read above. Still, it might be too soon to call a price bottom. I think the determination of a bull bear market is not as clear as previous cycles due to the structure of the market changing drastically with institutions entering the space. Marcus Sotorayu, an analyst of the UK-based digital asset broker Global Block, wrote in an email to CoinDesk. Now it's apparent that Bitcoin is in a ranging environment between 29,000 to 69,000 approximately, rather than a trending environment, Sotorio writes. Bitcoin's recovery is a long shot as investors are more keen on price being stabilized for now. Alex Axelrod, founder of and CEO of Aximetria, a crypto financial services firm, wrote in an email to CoinDesk, Axelrod is monitoring BTC price levels between 32,000 and 40,000 for confirmation of a breakdown or breakout. That's what I was doing as well. When it broke below 40, I was looking at 38.8. When it broke below 38.8, I actually extended it to 37.5. When that didn't work, I knew that we were going down to 40, 34, and then possibly even 32 and 30. So that's what happened. We went to 32.9, and then we shot back up to 37. I wasn't expecting that. I would be expecting a recovery right around that area, though. And so everything is on track to a recovery, except for altcoins. We are still in a bear market and a downtrend on these altcoins. And now we are actually breaking down from a level they are at now. So we could see an even farther pullback with altcoins in the immediate short term. And we could see Solana drop to another $80, and we could see, the graph go to about 29 cents. We could see Internetcomputer about $16. We could see Algorand at about 70 cents. We could see what else? You guys, I'll name them all day. Let's see. We could probably see XRP at about 50 cents, 40 some cents, 30 cents. Actually 36, I could easily. I'm surprised we're not there already. And then Ethereum, I can see Ethereum probably about $2,200. And then that is going to be the bottom from Ethereum for now. I don't see it going, below 2,000. We might go right around the 2,000, but maybe 2,200. That's it. I really think that it's going to hold there. XRP is holding at 60 cents. That's a pretty good price for a bear market. Now, Terra, I don't know this crypto. I don't really watch it, and I've never really studied it. So I can't really tell you about this crypto. I know crypto in general, but, I couldn't tell you about this crypto. So that's one I probably should learn about because it's one of the higher ones up there, But let's move on. The Bitcoin short-term bounce faces resistance of 40K. So just like this guy was saying over here, that's why I have these together. They're monitoring Bitcoin price levels between 32 and 40K, Well, that's what I'm looking to as well. And if we break down either of those levels, that's what I'm looking at to, continue the market. Are we going to break down and continue our downward trend, or are we actually at a rock bottom at 32,000 and we don't need to go down and touch even further? What I really think is going to happen is, yes, we do go down one more time and we hit the 31,000 level. But then this time when we hit 37, we actually retreat to about 36 before we continue up to 40. And that's what I think is going to happen at, the next interval. I would like to see it happen now. That would be cool. We don't need it to go back down, but I really think it's probably going to go back down one more time, just because, yes, this has been, and it's going to be a big correction, but I don't think it's the end of the market. That's what I'm not calling the end of the market yet. I almost did. I said I would be bearish if it broke 37.5, and I did. We went bearish, and I thought it was going down to 30, but I'm always here to give you hope. That is my channel. That is the one thing that I've taken from every crypto channel that I've watched. You guys want hope, but not false hope. So that's the tricky part, is giving you hope that's real, like giving you hope that doesn't lose you all your money. Right? We don't want that false hope stuff, right? We want educated guesses. We need, technical analysis, the news, everything that's happening. We put it in one big, jar, and we mix it together, and then, we make our sandwiches or whatever, and then we figure out what we got to do. So that's what we do. And so I'm taking all this into consideration. When a lot of people are writing the same thing that I'm thinking and what I'm doing and moving, I see other analysts are talking about it and doing it. That's probably, a good thing, but also that can be the opposite of it, because when everybody's talking about something, that could mean that the opposite is going to happen. Because when I say, the short people, the people that short the market, they have technical analysis too. The big whales that want to dump the market, all of the bears, they got TA too. So they can, mess with those price points, and they can, do all the things. So just like that, they can do the same things that we can, to get the price to go down. So, and they lose money when it goes up, I guess. So that's what we have an advantage though, because leverage trading puts you at a disadvantage. And most of the bears are leverage traders. Now, there are a lot of leverage traders, bulls too, but I think there's more people holding crypto as a hedge against inflation, as, money for their company, as just a way to make money. So you're going to have a lot more value in Bitcoin and just the regular stuff than, all of the other extras that, can face us. So at 40K, we are facing our major resistance. That is the level we're going to have to look at to break out above. Okay, once we broke this $43,000 level, it was toasty times from there. And we've been basically going down ever since. Well, I think we hit our bottom. Now, look at that stronger support zone at 30,000. Look at this area. Do you remember where 55% was, guys? Does anybody remember earlier when I said 55% and I did all of that stuff? Do you remember where that was? 30,900, right? Pretty cool. And that's where the stronger support line is. So if we do go down, this is another thing that really supports my theory. This is 55% from the top. That's why it's a stronger support zone, is because that's when we went from 55% to the bottom last time. And it did break just below that support there. So we are about 55% at this level. I don't think we're going to have to go to that level. Somehow we made support level up here when there is none. There's actually no support at 33,000 really, except Elon Musk buy. I mean, there might be a little bit of support there, but not a whole lot, guys. So yeah, I think we're having a recovery. Everything is pointing to that being the bottom. Whether we go there one more time, that's to be seen. But that 30,900 or even 32.9, we're done. So I hope we don't go down again. I think we will, though. I think we will. I think it has to. I mean, just because of how high we went up. Now, the only reason that, an argument to say that it won't, well, we've already had more than a 2-month downtrend, right? And that's about how long it lasted last time before we started going up. So if we are in the same thing that we did last time, we don't have to go down again, not to continue. Because look, okay, the first one lasted 4 peaks, right? Or yeah, 1 peak. It was actually like a hand. So it was 1 peak down here, and then it went up. We had another peak, another peak. It was just like a hand, except this peak was the highest. And then the fourth one before it fell, right? Well, this one only had 2 peaks, this bull market. It was less. So we stayed in the bull market for less time. So I think if we, V-shaped recovery and get out of it now, we can, because it's less time. The less time you spend at the top, the less time you need to spend at the bottom. It's just, basically Einstein's theory, E equals MC squared. Or not that one. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I don't know if that's E equals MC squared, but that's a real thing. So if you have an action of them, doing it for a long time at the top, then you have a long time bull market at the bottom, or bear market, and they kind of, mirror each other. But when you, offset one, the other offsets too. And I think that's what's happening here, that we had a shorter upside, so now we have to have a shorter downside. And I think that's why, if we do recover, that's why. If we don't, it just means that we really needed to test that level and get some support there before we continue with the bull market. And that's what I think is happening here. So now let's get to the Q&A. I had a lot of stuff I wanted to ask you guys about how much you think Bitcoin went down, and I'm going to answer that question right now. Did anybody predict? I want to see if anyone predicted. Yeah, that's fine. She'll come when she's ready. I'm not too a stickler for that anymore. I just wanted us to get to a certain level, and I needed your guys' help to do it. And I think, we're basically there now. So I still like having my inner council, though. It's awesome. Diamond Hand Jorge. Man, it's always good to see you guys, man. I hope you're doing good, Jorge. I appreciate you coming and just being a boss, supporter for my channel. That means a lot. Each person that comes in and I notice that sticks around for a while, I really just appreciate you guys, like Ryan Johnson, Cody, a lot of you guys that just come in, and I appreciate it a lot. Tim, I appreciate you. Yeah, you're missed for now. I don't know where you are. I hope everything's going good for you. They are going to merge the beacon chain with the POS layer built on Ethereum 2.0 to bridge them. A few more news articles to the Discord page. Okay. The bankers, small banks set to go live with Bitcoin trading. Okay. I think the bankers want a slice of the next bull market. That is exactly that's why the altcoins are going down so much. So what happens when all the banks buy crypto? What will they do after that? So think of it like this. You're a bank. You use 2020 and 2021 to get into crypto to buy for your company. And what do you do after you get all of that crypto? What's the next step after you accumulate a ton of crypto? Drop the price. So people have to sell at a loss. And then you hold through that, and then you start selling that crypto back to them, and they're buying at a loss now. So that's what they're trying to control the market, basically. And they do it with money. And you send them, they buy it, they dump it, and then they make you buy it for more. And that's what's happening in the banks, I'm telling you. And that's why the altcoins are suffering the most, because that's where the banks can gain the most money. Bitcoin is mainly big for corporations and institutions because of its power. It's, hedge against inflation. Now, altcoins, the banks are going to use to try to manipulate you and I. And they're going to try to sell you a Polygon, a $2 Polygon. They're probably going to try to sell it to you for like $3.50. And then tell you that, there's a good reason for it. And when the banks are involved, then we lose. We need decentralized stuff that has we want things that will not profit from us losing. Who profits when you lose? The banks. They profit when you lose. So we want the people in power to profit when we win. That's how you get a good government. That's how you get a good system. When everybody profits from it, then you have people that have the same mindset. And you have same people going in the same direction. And that's how you have success. That's what's happened with every successful story that I've ever read in history. It is a group of people that came together with a mindset and overcame whatever odds were around them, gathered together, believed what they had their cause for, and then they executed it. And no matter what it was in history, if there was a belief, then the majority of the people would stick behind them. And that's what's happening right now. There is a vast people knowing that the banks are making more off of our money, and not giving us any of it. And just like anything when it came to commercials, imagine how many years we watched commercials on TV without getting paid for it. That's our time. And commercials used to be 2 to 5 minutes long. And we used to have to sit through them all. Now we have Brave that pays us for our attention. And our attention is being mined like gold and diamonds on the internet right now. They're mining our attention right now as we speak. It can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. You can get involved with it. And that's what I'm saying. We have taken control over all the aspects that used to be out of our reach. Like we couldn't do anything about a TV program making us watch commercials. Turn off the TV or watch the commercial. That's your choice, right? And they don't give you money. Like imagine if you got a penny for every commercial you watched, how rich you would be, or 5 cents, or a commission off of every commercial you ever watched. I mean, come on now. That's the way it was. They're basically farming your attention for free and giving you nothing for it. And so that's why we don't want these companies with their own best interests at heart. We want companies that they get money if we get money, like we share that. And that's what I never understood about greedy companies. Why don't they give their customers stuff and help their customers succeed? Because the more your customer succeeds, the more they're going to come and spend with your company. Why would you want to hold down your customers and make them poor? Then they won't have enough money to spend at your company. That's what I never understood about big companies, guys. And that's what I will never do on the channel. Even if I get big, I'm not going to start shilling you little garbage coins because I'm rich and I want to get richer. That's not going to happen on the channel. And that's a good thing. You guys will know that we always have morals here no matter what happens. And not everybody's like that, though. And we know that. And that's why we need a decentralized world. And that's what I'm worried about the miners, and what we were talking about on the Wendy O show is about I don't think that we can have a decentralized world if you cut China and Russia out of it, because then that's basically half the population of the world. If you take India out of it, that's more than half the population of the world. Then you can't really have such a decentralized thing. So what I was saying, and I don't know if it's going to happen, maybe China and Russia or Kazakhstan will come back to mining later on when they see that it's not as big of a deal. Maybe they'll never do that. Maybe they're out forever. But I think it's just more for the FUD and for the control of their people and their countries. Not as much Russia anymore because they're not, that way as much. So I don't know. I just have a positive outlook for crypto, guys, and I have a positive outlook for the community. This is even no matter what crypto does, guys, we got each other here. And that's the thing. We can just be like, man, I just lost $1,000, man. I'm not having a good day. This sucks, dude. And you just say that on the computer on, Reddit or Twitter or somewhere, and you'll have 20 people be like, man, I know. You're not alone. So anytime, no matter what you're going through, guys, there's always someone out there going through the same thing that you are. You might not see them. They might not be in your peripheral, or they're going through something harder than you are. So just know that we're in this together. We can make it together, and we'll survive this dip. We've survived every single one so far. Why wouldn't we survive this one, right? So we're good to go, guys. Man, thanks, King Love. You basically carried the conversation on here. It didn't. It was scary. BTC will probably go even lower soon, but we know how proven it is. So just a good buying opportunity. Yeah, it's hard to know when it's going to do that. So I bet you got that one. You got that one, didn't you? That thing. You probably did. It's only FUD if it's not true. Well, that's not true. Fear. Now, you can be scared of something that's true. Uncertainty. You can be uncertain about what is going to happen, even if it looks certain. Doubt, you can doubt the truth as much as you want. Why do you think they say doubting Thomas? So I don't really agree 100% with that. Oh, that's the same. We read that earlier for Polygon. I like Polygon too, though. So I'm not going to talk about what crypto I like more. I just like them all. And I think all crypto is kind of going down right now, Polygon included. So, yeah. But I can see what you're saying. There was errors, and Polygon's done good, man. And the price. So that's how you know. You don't judge a book by its cover, but kind of judge crypto by its price evaluation, because it kind of tells you how valuable that crypto can be and how long it can keep that price, right? So Polygon, obviously top tier crypto, it's able to keep a nice price, nice market cap, billions of dollars, right? But then you can't discount Solana, because it basically helped carry the market this year. And it was one of the biggest cryptos of freaking 2021. I didn't get in the Solana train, unfortunately, but I did get in the Cardano train right after it got on Coinbase. And everybody was, I was losing money at first. I lost like $1,100 at first, kind of like with my graph purchase. And then I ended up making like 2 G's off of that Cardano purchase, man. I was happy about that. So, yeah, but Polygon's good. Cardano's good. I just like them all. Not all of them. Not the ones that I saw on freaking Coinbase. What are those? I don't even know what those stupid things are, man. I would never buy them. Not even if I thought it was good. I mean, the risk isn't worth it to me, like right now, for that. So ICP is backed by venture capitalist investors. Actually, it is not backed by venture capitalists. Well, unless you consider the Definity Foundation venture capitalists. I don't. I consider them the developer team. And there might be some, you might be right. I'm not going to discount you because you are smart. So it might be. But for the most part, I think all crypto has venture capitalists. The biggest one with VCs, Solana. I heard that the other day. Wow, that's why Solana took such a big hit. It's because of venture capitalists. And maybe that is why Internetcomputer. I'd have to look that up before I can give you a definitive answer. I don't think there is, though. At least the research I've done, I came across. So if you do have some info on that, I'd like it, because I don't want to tell people they're not, in any VCs, and there are. So there might be VCs in every crypto. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know quite how that affects the price, but I know they have a lot of money and they can dump, and they do dump because they are paper-handed, and that's why I don't like VCs, paper hands. Like, dude, I'm a poor person. I got diamond hands. What is wrong with these rich people? But I was buying Bitcoin at 1,000 here. Oh, that's something I want to show you real quick. I don't know if I've ever. Oh, my phone died. Well, I'm gonna have to show you on the next episode. I want to show you some of my $9,000 and $10,000 Bitcoin purchases. Unless that's cocky, arrogant. I don't want to be cocky or arrogant. Love projects so far that I invested into. Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. I'd have to say Internetcomputer, just because it's the one that I've lost the most money in, that I'm not as worried about. That's the only reason I would say that. I'm not worried about the loss. Otherwise, I would say the graph, because the graph, it's the Google of blockchains. I almost had a chance to make $100,000 off of that crypto. It's made me a lot of money. And other than costing me a lot of money right now, it has helped carry my portfolio several different times. And I just like it because of that. But Internetcomputer price kind of put my channel on a whole new level by getting our first sponsor, by getting me. I just have a good feeling about it too, that I don't get off a lot of cryptos. Like, I don't get a positive vibe off of Solana. I don't get a positive vibe off of the graph. I don't get a negative vibe off the graph, but I just don't get that. Like, I always find something that kind of disgusts me with some crypto. Like, stay away from that. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't get that feeling with ICP, and I think that would be the best. And that's why I like OXT at first, because it had that same kind of like, this is for the people, man. This is for us. This is the community. And that's what I like about Internetcomputer. There's a good community over there. And they had these open chat version 2. Oh yeah, my phone's dead. They have these open chat things that you can, talk on the blockchain. They have, staking processes where you can gain a lot, like 21% staking interest. yeah, so there's some cool things with it. And but also I love Bitcoin, guys. I can't wait to see DeFi come to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is my pride and joy. It's what I've gained the most money on. It is what is going to make me a millionaire, or Internetcomputer combined. I know those two I think are going to make me a millionaire. Internetcomputer, and I hope, Definity wants to work with the channel still and maybe give us a bigger grant, because we could really explode the channel with enough money, and really explode ICP too. And more collaborations we do, and the more we do. So sorry guys, I'm really jabbering on a lot tonight, but I'm just excited, and I want to share our journey. This journey is ours. You're sharing this with me, guys. So, and that's six-figure stock trader. What up, man? Glad to see you. Smash that like button, he said. Yeah. We definitely need to collaborate soon. For sure. I'll think of an idea, and then you think of an idea, and then we'll pitch it to each other, and then see who likes what best. So, but yeah. All right, guys, I think that's about it for tonight. I hope you guys are, looking for those levels. Keep an eye on 32,000. If we break below that, then, how do you do? But I really think that's going to be either the bottom or one more bounce, and we're going to be okay. So keep your head up. And that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!